As you can notice, we got an upgrade to the crib. We got a big old tough shed now. Enough room to store some bikes in here now. All my spare wheel, pretty much my whole entire Volkswagen Bug, and parts up here. Pretty sick. I've been needing this to clear some room out the garage. Here is our mess of a scooter. This thing. Now, we have made a big discovery today on this Bug Zuma. Last time I went to film a video on it and I realized I was getting no spark at all. But today I am determined and I think we have found that issue. Let's get to it, boys. But first things first, I'm tired of leaning this thing against things in the garage and or using a jack stand, as you can see. Luckily I had an extra one of these on the side. It looks like he used to have another kickstand on here and had some crazy booger welds on this bad boy. We're gonna go ahead and chop this part off and then we'll at least have somewhere to weld to, clean up some of this, and get this kickstand on there real quick. Alright, we have successfully put on our kickstand, and as you can tell, we already painted it, but we welded it to the frame, got that mounted all on there, and it is time to get cracking on getting this thing its first fire up since we completely built this engine with the 12mm Polini bottom end to Polini Corsa combo that was going on Scooter Swap Shop for the deal on Black Fridays. This motor has been sitting a while now. Like I mentioned last time, I pulled this thing out and I went to give it its first fire up. Nothing was happening. There was no spark going on. I went and stripped the wire harness, as you could tell, and I was losing my mind trying to figure out what is killing this scooter. A couple of my homies mentioned they had a similar issue using this CDI box right here from MotoForce. So we are going to find out right now if this simple CDI box is our issue. Even though everything lines up on all the plugs, it's looped different with the ground. So these ones need a loop through the CDI for ground, and this one I guess is flipped. But the homie David actually sent out a wire harness for me. So he saw we were having problems, sent this complete harness out, and it had a CDI box on it. Worst case scenario, if it's not the CDI box, it's probably something in this harness, since this harness was destroyed when we got it. If you remember this, boys, I had to strip this thing down because there was so much miswiring, and I basically stripped this thing down to bare essentials here, just charging system and what we need to run the CDI. Either the harness or it's the CDI box. And first things first, we're gonna try just the CDI box because that's the easiest thing. Homie David also sent out this 3D printed MOPBOYZ logo, which is super dope. He also sent a bunch of candy, but we already ate all that. Now with a system like this, it's very simple for the wiring. Besides the charging system, there would literally be like maybe 2 or 3 wires for this. Everything's basically ran independently off the motor besides the CDI box, which just needs a ground, and you don't even need a battery hooked up to run these when it's kickstart. So it's hard to believe that something now, with how stripped it is, wiring is an issue when I have all the grounds hooked up, etc., etc. But I will show you right now how we're not getting any spark. We have our coil and everything plugged in with an additional spark plug right here, and grounded it to the frame. Keys on, everything's on. No spark. Now, let's go ahead and just plug in the CDI before we change anything wiring, and plug our OEM one in. Alright, OEM one's plugged in. Now we have spark. You see that? Well, now that we have spark, there's absolutely zero reason right now that this scooter is not about to have its first start. Get that mounted. Brand new CDI box. You would never expect it. Wiring matches, but something internally is not full looping the ground on this one. That is our issue, boys. Watch this. There we go, boys. First fire up ever on this engine. Oh, this thing feels good. Let's let it get warm now. We just put in some work on this thing now, and I got her dialed in. So I went through and actually stripped a ton more out of the harness, completely headlight and taillight assembly, because that was the main harness that was burnt up on this thing. So I figured since I now have that other harness, shout out David, that I was like, well, this harness is useless now. I'm gonna go ahead and strip it down. It's perfect for what this scooter is at this stage, which is basically a scrapped stunt scooter, if you will. When we initially got this bug eye frame, I had said that this will be right now a stunt scooter. Possibly when we build a full race engine, we can make this a drag bike. So I cleaned it all up now. Basically tiny little harness running down, our sport coil here with the wires all tucked back there. This is all our harness is, this tiny little thing. One ground right here for the actual harness to the motor, and then up here is all the plugs for our CDI and our stator. CDI is mounted over there. That is it. That is the harness. There's nothing running to the back there. There's nothing to the handlebars. This thing is bare bones. So the throttle cable that's on it right now is quite annoying. It's way too long. Cut to length throttle cable and just does not fit well. And we'll get a new throttle cable eventually, but for now we got that blue throttle cable poking out. Got the NCY quick throttle on here though, the ball bearing one, the big boy. Now it is time that we throw a seat on this thing because I've done 3 warm-ups on it now. So this thing fires up, it runs amazing now. It sounds like she's gonna be an absolute ripper. When I talked about how bad the rubber dries out in Vegas, this thing sat outside for only 2 weeks and all the rubbers were cracked. I just had to put new caps on all the vent lines because they were all cracked and snapped off. It's insane how bad stuff gets dry rotted here. I just found another front wheel that's black, has a way better tire on it, and it's actually a 120 tire, which is proper for the front. This one was a big old fat one, 130 on the front. So I just sanded down these forks a little bit because they were white and like half white, half silver. Let's clean this up and get it painted. We have everything mounted on the Junker bug eye. It looks ugly. I'm not keeping the green. I'm not sure if we're keeping the front shield on there. I kind of slapped it on. If you watch back in the days when we built the Taos, this is how we'd always run it. We would run usually a floorboard, but we would run only the front panel, and that's basically it. I just want to see what it looked like on the bug eye. We did that. We got the forks painted black now, and we have a black wheel on the front, so it looks a lot better up front. The back wheel still looks absolutely terrible. The back wheel looks terrible. We're going to be taking that wheel off here shortly anyways. We also threw our cooling fan on the inside there and our new cooling shrouds, so that's looking all good in there. We tossed an S23 filter on our Polini carb, got that all dialed in and tucked everything, so you don't see a wire on this thing. It looks pretty sick actually until you see right here ever so lightly a couple wires. This seat looks like it was almost trimmed by somebody. I could be mistaken. I'm not too familiar with the bug eyes, but I can see it's all warpy right here, and either they were missing foam and they added something right here, or they trimmed it. I'm gonna probably put a Thrill Seeker seat cover on this thing too, because right now it just looks ugly. I'm just trying to debate on the colorways I want to go with. Right now I'm thinking black and red, just because there's gonna be tiny little red accents, and I got some red rim strips I could run on here. I can't believe this cheap little CDI box was our issue for this thing not running. Well boys, I just went and rode the whole Zuma and did a whole test on it, and then my GoPro didn't record any of the clips. I don't know why I have such bad luck with this GoPro, but I swear every other time I use it, the thing like just does not actually record. Like, we'll take it back out and show you guys, but I was blown away when we first got to ride this thing. Alright, so if you guys remember, around the time I was building the motor for this thing a couple months ago, we were building another bug eye for the homie. I already had a general idea on what the tune need to be, and let me tell you, the tune on this thing is pretty spot on right now, boys. I never thought a bug eye felt this good. I built like 4 or 5 bug eyes now, and none of them have felt this good. This one with the C16, I think it's the pipe. It just picks it up just right, and it has the power to bring it back up when it's coming down. Boys, this thing is a ripper, and we were just ripping on it so hard. I honestly felt really guilty because I only had a few warm-ups and like 1 break and ride. So, but this is the beater, right? It's always the beaters that run the best, too, just like the 150 GY6. We put that thing through hell on nitrous and everything. It still runs so good. I might have been sleeping on the bug eyes. Who would have thought the beater bug eye would feel this dialed, dude? And she's got some power. We don't have a temp gauge or anything on here, so we're kind of sending it, especially on a break-in, but... This pipe feels really good. This makes me want to put a C16 on one of the pre-bug builds now. I feel like the R was definitely not cutting it for these cylinders. Alright, proper break-in, I guess, right? Oh my god, this thing is so dialed, dude. This thing's gonna be fun to mess with, bro. Alright boys, that's gonna do it for this one. Make sure you guys stay tuned and we'll get some more working on these scooters. I'll see you guys in the next one.